May Day and workers in Tehran. Just before May 1st, 2009, there were lots of May Day organization rallies in Tehran, but it's always organized by pro-government or yellow unions. You can see the top picture, for example, is a rally by government. However, people, working class, also attended and has their own banner which says "Workers of the World United. We don't live to work, we work to live," and so on and so forth. However, May 1st, 2009 has a very significant thing in which workers for the first time in Tehran organized independently, and they gathered 2,000 of them in the capital city, and which is organized by independent organization. The list of organization like Wahed Bus Company, Syndicate of Workers of Haftape is all listed, and they demand in their statement on May 1st, 2009, which is about a month and something before the start of revolution in 2009, contains 15 demands, which was a major attack against capitalist system and in support of workers from Afghanistan and other immigrants workers in Iran, and for equality of women. In addition, they called for right to strike, organization, and support for teachers' struggles. The top picture, as I mentioned, it was a May Day in 2007, which workers attend and have the slogan, "We don't live to work, we work to live," which is a very leftist slogan, basically. On the left-hand side picture, on the second row, you see the attack by the Basijis and information forces of the regime with the police, that they arrested the activists in 2009 and they didn't allow them to demonstrate. On the right hand side you can see the May Day in Sanandaj, and Sanandaj in Kurdistan. In the last 30 years, every May Day they have demonstration or some event. Even in the most brutal years of 1981-82, they have fires at the top of the mountain to announce May Day, so they never stop resisting. And on the bottom pictures, you can see the Asanlu, the picture of Asanlu, Osanlu, which is the leader of the Wahed Bus Company, who is still in jail. And the other demonstration that you see is all rallies organized by the government, but workers attend and bring their demands. June, the start of 2009 revolution. June 12 was the 9th presidential selection day in Iran. As I mentioned, it's selection, not election. 3 candidates are selected by Guardian Council of Islamic Regime to compete with incumbent President Ahmadinejad. During the 1-month pre-selection, there was big fight between Ahmadinejad and Mousavi, the other candidate. At the beginning, people were not interested. They were debating, what is this, and so on and so forth. However, after the TV debate in which Ahmadinejad accused the other faction as corrupt, then people realized that one faction of regime decided to eliminate the others. Therefore, people participated in the campaign offices of Mousavi by millions across the Iran, and they were able to use that opportunity to organize and create an organization which was later on independent of Mousavi, were able to carry on this demonstration. On June 12, Ahmadinejad was announced the winner, and people came up in millions in a street on June 13 to protest. The slogans were "Freedom" and "Where is my vote?" As you can see the picture on the right hand side, it's millions of people that came up in the street, and for about 2 weeks they were basically power all forces of regime, and they show the force of their basically revolution. Revolution is going forward. People carried on the demonstration in Tehran for 10 days, and the number of people increased exponentially every day. Khomeinie, the supreme leader, supported Ahmadinejad, the president, and ordered the crackdown. Basiji, Revolutionary Guards, anti-riot police, plainclothes Minister of Information thugs attacked the crowd, and many people were killed and arrested. Some of the people were killed under the torture, and some were raped. People did not give up. They used the government official gatherings for cover-up and turned them into anti-government rallies by showing up by thousands and outnumbering the pro-government thugs. Revolution went forward, and the slogan gradually changed from "Where is my vote?" at the beginning to "Death to Dictator, death to Khomeinie, and down with regime." This is very interesting that people, after experiencing the 18 of Tir and smashing their movement by support of Khatami, they realize that they have to play with these reformists. So at the occasion like Quds Day or 16 Azar or 16th of Azar, Student Day, or Ashura, which are all basically official gathering of the government, they come on the street, outnumber, and bring their slogan and smash the forces of regime, and then go back and get momentum. And meanwhile, they push to the front the reformists, so let them to negotiate and think that they can control their movement. And this way, they can build up. On the right-hand side, you see the picture of the demonstrator that they attack the Basiji forces and burn their motorcycle. And some of these fire actually they created by the garbage cans in order to combat the tear gas that is thrown at them by the police. And people are so courageous, especially women. You can see the picture of women carrying a stone and combating those forces of Basiji that has been smashing them for 30 years. And you see on the picture below that one man is getting the batons and fighting against the forces of Basiji while he's pushing tear gas, and he doesn't scare of it. And this is what is the nature of this revolution, that people are fed out with this government, and the government is fraction enough that cannot smash. And this is why we call it revolution. The specific of this